When I was in college, I used to love singing a lot. So being part of the choir was the things that I loved doing when I was back there. I remember when it was Friday and we were going to do an Hashem praise practices. That was my best night, man. So mimi nilipenda kuimba sana pale shule. Tukienda pale, so tulikuwa tunakutana Mondays for practices. And I loved being the part of the group, the choir. But so one day we were 10 tenors in our group. And now the lead mwenye alikuwa na lead akasemaje, Pensai, come on man, give us your harmonies, the tenor harmonies. Niko pale nauliza, what? So all of a sudden my body froze, started sweating, started getting scared, paka sauti ikapotea. So I forgot the harmony. In simple terms, I said really I don't know that, I don't know well. Sijui, so excuse. She picked someone else. You know, so after 5 minutes I remember nilitokanga kwa hiyo choir nikaenda. I never came back. Why? Because I was so tensed out. I had social anxiety. But I love singing. I don't know, but I'm doing this. So nikajiuliza, what's wrong with me? But I never went back there. There is this question tumekuwa tukijiuliza, what is wrong with me? Instead of what happened to me. You know, there is a way maybe you are acting, the way you love, the way you react. It is a version of you that was created because of a situation that you were in, maybe sometimes back because something happened to you, you know, trauma. Some of the way we grew up, we were shaped by the things that we went through in our childhood, young adult, when you were somewhere in life, something happened to you and you feel like, oh man, that's why I'm behaving the way I'm behaving. So maybe the way you are acting, the way you love, the way you react, that is a version of you, not you. Because you shift into that emotional you, the you know, and then you start doing those things. Sometimes people think that trauma is things of the past. No, trauma is something that stays in our bodies. The body keeps the scar. It stays with us, doesn't go away. So when you are exposed to the same situation, it is activated and then it takes control of you. Because trauma is something that doesn't go away. I am boy as a father. The father sometimes is so happy, he comes, he asks the child, they laugh together, and then they have a good time. The next time, when the father comes, the father yells to him. Even he beats him, he insults him. And then you know what happens to this boy? He learns that, oh, love and danger, they coexist together. So he learns that whenever I see, I have to be careful with the way someone is looking, their faces. I have to be careful with someone's tone. When this boy grows up, they becomes different person. When they are in a relationship, they overthink so much. And you wonder, what's the problem with this boy? They are acting weird, not because they want, because there's something happened to them when they were younger. They understand that being emotional is a weakness. You have to be careful with the people who is next to you, you know. When you see them struggle, they struggle alone. They don't want to be together with the people. They want just to be doing things alone. Because they understand that people can change. The way the father was shifting, happy today, tomorrow yelling at him. And then he understood that you have to be dependent by yourself. You know, trauma is something when you are careful looking at. When you see people around here in the real world today, you may think that people are okay. You may they're doing things because they want them. What they were doing from the past, you know, is like it is they are reliving their past. And you wonder why people behave the way they behave. That is why trauma stays in our body. It happened in the past and it is kept in our body because the body, it keeps the scar. It never goes away. So we have to learn how to deal with it. You know, I was raised this way, that's why I behave this way. How do we help ourselves? First is be aware. Whenever something happens to you, ask yourself this question. Am I me, or is it a version of me that is acting this way? Be aware of your behavior. Why do I react this way? Why do I love this way? Why do I do this one? Like the way in Atomic Habit, they always tell us to do things in small habits, small behavior. Start changing that. Reconnect with the body. Don't separate yourself from you. Ask your body, what's a problem? Reconnect with the body by doing yoga, doing breathing. When you feel anxious, like the way I was feeling anxious when I was there, mindfulness, meditate, something like that. Safe expression. Whenever you feel like something, don't hide it. Just talk to someone that you trust. Go to therapy. Sometimes maybe writing journals or diaries of the way you feel, so that you can track what you're feeling every day. Write your patterns. There's that pattern that you always have. Whenever you're in a relationship, you act that way. Whenever you're in this one, you act this way. Write that one. Always be aware to write down. Experience safe relationship. Be true to yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. It's okay you feel the way you're feeling. Okay? Allow yourself to feel that way. And don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Trust the process. Have people around you who you can trust. Trust the process. Be consistency. And always have emotional safety, so that when I express this one to someone, when you talk about it, someone you help. Reflection. The person you are today is not broken because of the way you are facing whatever you're facing. Like, our mind is so powerful, like it made that version so that you can survive during that hardship, or maybe the situation that happened to you then. But survival is not the same as living. And once you understand your pattern, you gain something powerful. Stop reacting and start becoming. It is your narrator, Bensai. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you.